Social media. Social media. Now, I think it's a double-edged sword. I think there's a massive potential for sharing beautiful things and good ideas. I also think there's a massive potential for manipulation and addiction and becoming closed off and going down a pipeline. I've seen this in myself, I've seen this in my peers, because it's the way the algorithm works, um, at least from my understanding, that what you interact with and get more of. I think that's quite a profit driven incentive, this feature, to keep people using social media. And it can be very overwhelming for your mind. When I meditate, if I've been looking at social media, I start processing just bleep, 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 kind of just bits and pieces of random stuff I've seen on social media because it's information and there's so much of it. Um, and I think if you don't if you're not careful with how you're using social media, your perception really can be clouded by it. Um, I think, yeah, and I think people use it to manipulate and gain power. I'll call out someone, I suppose. Nigel Farage. I think he used social media, on Fiverr, saying things like "Big Chungus." I think he potentially knowingly did this to reach a larger audience and to appear relatable to the youth, to gain traction and gain followers. Um, yeah. So be aware. Be aware of what you're looking at. Um, because it's very easy to become closed off to new ideas if you're scrolling, 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 getting the same thoughts kind of reinforced by the algorithm. Um, and it's happened to me. You get Andrew Tate, you get people like Andrew Tate. Um, Also, I think I think there's a human thing where we know we're being, if we know we're being filmed, we know we're going to be perceived by lots of people. We get performative in some way, and our ego comes in trying to protect itself, and you know, put some act on. I think that happens a lot. Um, I'd recommend taking a break from social media. Personally, I've not been able to successfully take a break for long from social media because it's so accessible and it's so instant and addictive because it's so instant, because it gives you it gives you dopamine, it gives you a feeling of doing something or achieving something instantly without really having to do anything, without having to exert yourself in any way. I think there's also such a thing as getting too much validation from social media. Um, Validation from people that don't know you personally. But I also think that it's there is a global understanding that is rising in part due to social media. Um, in part due to social media. I'm not sure. I believe we're all connected, anyways. But it's undeniable that social media has sped up things, you know? It's dangerous. Um, the potential for anonymity that it has, it's it's powerful. It's powerful, you know. Cyberbullying is the thing. You can you can say things that you wouldn't say in person out of fear of getting beaten up or something. You can say it online without any consequence, apart from, your account getting shut down. Um, so, take time to check yourself. Take time to free yourself of all this information that you're getting through social media, because it's all agendas being pushed in some way. Maybe not all the time, but there's a lot of, oh, you should believe this is why you should believe this, oh, you should believe that, this is why you should believe that. And I do believe that everything you need is within you. And that truly you can overcome ignorance, not through intellectually picking apart and understanding a mass amount of information and ideas, but through looking within and understanding and taking what you understand through your daily life. As always, well, I've only said this probably in 2 videos now, but as always, feel free to disagree and state your opinions in the comments. It would benefit me greatly, because it's good to have your beliefs challenged. And that's another thing in social media. You can really get into pipelines where your beliefs aren't going to be challenged much. And we're all going to be echo chambering off each other. And then when people disagree in these echo chambers, the algorithm won't put their comments at the top, so less people will see these disagreements. You see what I mean? Yeah. So it takes a lot of discernment, I think, to navigate the digital world. But if you use social media, I guess try and spread love and awareness as best you can. And if you don't, then how are you seeing this video, huh? And also, I'd like to know why. you don't and what your thoughts are on it. But yeah, peace and love.